Open three is good.
Shot pours a goal. Oh, quick serve.
Nice.
Tough. Shooting is scored.
Welcome to Sports Jam on CCX Sports. I'm Jon Jacobson.
I'm Jay Wilcox. Today on the show, highlights from Lake Conference Day in Plymouth and girls hockey. And we'll meet a Park Center basketball standout in our Sports Jam Spotlight.
And I'll talk with the talented Champlin Park gymnastics team.
First up, a top 10 matchup between District 279 rivals Park Center and Maple Grove in boys basketball. 8th-ranked Park Center thumped Osseo early last week. They hope for another big performance against 4th-ranked Maple Grove on a snowy Friday night. Maple Grove leads this game early. Charlie Horton nails a three, and it's 8-2 Crimson. Watch this one. Max McNellis to Taiwan Pickford, and he throws it down in style. He scores 14. Park Center gets it going behind some young bench players. Freshman Dane Danja with a nice move. He scores 9. Jarius Cook pops a three from the corner, and the Pirates are to within a point after a slow start. Losini Kamara dishes to sophomore Emmanuel Tamba for the layup for 2 of his 10 points in the first half. It's 28-28 at halftime. Second half, in Wisconsin, recruit Brad Davison with the steal and layup. He scores 19 before fouling out. His Division I counterpart, Idaho signee Kamara, makes a big three to tie the game at 54-54 with 3.5 minutes left. DJ Purnell scores under the hoop plus a foul as Park Center retakes the lead. It's 57-54 with Purnell's free throw. With Maple Grove down by 1 with under a minute left, Kamara gets a steal and layup as Park Center stays unbeaten with a 61-56 win. It's Maple Grove's first loss. And we'll meet Park Center's Losini Kamara later in our Sports Jam Spotlight.
Hopkins entered Friday night 1 spot ahead of Maple Grove at number 3 on the Class 4A rankings. The Royals also found the going tough that night as they faced Edina on the road. Anthony Davis drives and scores. The Royals jump out to a quick 7-0 lead. Hopkins freshman Blaze Beauchamp with a long three plus a foul for a 12-point Royals lead. They're up 14 at halftime. But the Hornets shoot well early in the second half. Walt McGrory's three cuts the Hopkins lead to 48-42. Then it's Anders Nelson with a great pass underneath to Jack Middleton. The lead is down to 3. McGrory nails another long ball, and Edina takes a 52-50 lead. Sophomore Middleton drives hard for the basket and foul, giving Edina a 65-59 lead. And the Hornets go on to pull the upset, beating Hopkins 73-63.
The Wayzata boys had a senior-filled lineup last season. The Trojans have a lot of new faces, but they started this season with 2 lopsided wins. They met Eden Prairie in their Lake Conference opener. It's a good start for Wayzata. Drew Gallinson goes inside to Gavin Baumgartner for 2 and a quick 9-0 Trojans lead. Bryce Hempel on the drive, and he'll rise up to hit the pull-up jumper in the lane for 2 of his 12 points as the Trojans continue to lead. They make the Eagles pay for the double team as Luke Paulson buries a three-pointer. It's 27-20 Wayzata. Eden Prairie battles back. Baumgartner trying to make a play, but his pass is picked off by Owen Chose, who takes it in for a layup. The Eagles are within 36-35 at halftime when Wayzata state champion boys cross-country team is honored. Eden Prairie starts the second half on a 10-0 run. They go inside to Michael Grundhauser, who fakes and scores as the Eagles surge into the lead. Wayzata doesn't fold though. Paulson over to Gallinson, and he pulls up to nail a three in transition for a 49-48 Trojans lead. Gallinson scores 17. Wayzata trying to put this one away. Jacob Benninga with a nice drive, and he dishes to Alex Jensen for 2. It's 62-59 Trojans. But Eden Prairie keeps on coming, and check out this shot late. Time's running out, and Will Paul's desperation shot banks in at the buzzer. It ties the game, and we are headed to overtime. In OT, Benninga has the ball knocked loose on the drive, but Jensen recovers it to score. The Trojans make free throws from there to win 75-74. We'll have more basketball later in the show.
Hopkins and St. Louis Park are in the second year of a co-op for girls hockey. The team carried a 9-3 record on the season into their Lake Conference opener against Eden Prairie as part of the Lake Conference Showcase at Plymouth Ice Center. Eden Prairie's Naomi Rogie passes to Emily McLaughlin. Her shot stopped by goalie Annika Carlander. No score after one period. Second period, and Rogie is patient with the puck. She'll skate into the slot before shooting. She scores to give the Eagles a 1-0 lead. Same score in the third period with Eden Prairie on the power play. Sammy Morton and Rogie pick up assists on the goal by Crystalline Hengler. EP's up 2-0. Rogie has a lot of room to skate free and shoots and scores another Eden Prairie power play. That's the final goal of the day. Hopkins Park loses 3-0 to Eden Prairie.
Also at Plymouth, the Wayzata Trojans faced Prior Lake in a non-conference game. Natalie Heising passes to Emily Wisniewski for the big shot. The save's made, but Heising scores on the rebound to put the Trojans ahead 1-0 in the first period. The Lakers tie it, but Wisniewski goes around three defenders here and uses a fourth as a screen to score a great goal, and it's 2-1 Wayzata after one. Jess Christofferson's team leads 3-1 in the third when the Lakers get one back. Katie Huntington snaps off the shot here to make it a 3-2 game. The Trojans, though, answer that with a big goal. Addie Hackley's shot caroms off the boards to the stick of Ashley Greenshields to Jackie Russo for the goal. Wayzata wins 4-2. The Trojans host Chaska on Tuesday.
Totino Grayson North Metro came into their girls hockey game last week without a win, so something had to give when these two faced off at Brooklyn Park Arena. First period, Eagles' Megan Zerbe will sneak a puck past goalie Sophie Almquist. A delayed call, but it's ruled a goal, and Grace leads 1-0. Late in the period, nice move by North Metro's Laura Densfield to get the puck past the defenseman, and then goalie Erin Staler. Worth another look. It's a 1-1 game after one. Second period, great setup by Zerbe to Rachel Klesick in front for a power play goal. The Eagles score the lone goal of the period to go up 2-1. In the third, the Grace shot will go off the end boards and right to Mackenzie Bartolas for the quick shot and goal. The Eagles lead 3-1. The Stars, though, get one back 2 minutes later, and a Ball Weber with a nice shot to score on the short side. That's as close as North Metro gets. Totino Grace wins it 3-2 the final.
Now to gymnastics, where Wayzata has a new home gym at the high school after many years at Central Middle School. A ribbon-cutting ceremony and grand opening at the new gym was held before the Trojans meet against Minnetonka. To the highlights, and Wayzata's Madeline Tapper records an 8.0 on the vault for the Trojans. Sally Dorr in action on the uneven bars for Wayzata. She scores an 8.05 to place second on her team behind Grace Traynor as the Trojans try to beat Minnetonka in a close meet. This is Faith Robinson of Minnetonka on the floor exercise. She scores a 9.2, and that leads the Skippers. Wayzata's Grace Traynor is the all-around champion and scores an 8.855 on the beam as Wayzata beats Minnetonka 132.125 to 131.675. And a nice new home there for the gymnastics team, Wayzata.
Yeah, a little bit bigger than they had at Central Middle School, and no travel now either, so good for them. Next up on Sports Jam on CCX Sports, girls basketball highlights, followed up by boys hockey action.
Welcome back to Sports Jam on CCX.
It's our new brand. Welcome back. Snow did not deter most Northwest Suburban Conference teams from hitting the road for games last Friday night. Park Center girls basketball team shooting for their fourth win in a row as they traveled to Maple Grove to face the Crimson. Maple Grove's Autumn Malinar, nice entry pass to Sarah Limita for an early three-point Crimson lead. Danielle Shaw passes to Michaela Hayes, who hits the jumper. Part of a 12-point night for the senior. Summer Blakemore then on the pass to Shaw, who knocks down the short jumper. He's one of 5 Pirates to score at least 9 points in the game. The Crimson's Lauren Moline will get the loose ball here and find an open Kendall first for the layup. Teams are tied again as this game goes back and forth all night. Watch the block here by Katrina Tice on Hayes, and that triggers a break for Maple Grove. Tice to Malinar, to Abby Rostovo, drives and scores. Crimson take the lead at 20-19. But the Pirates close the first half strong. Ann Simonette with one of 10 three-pointers made by Park Center in the game. Blakemore nets 5 of the threes herself. Park Center goes up by 8 at halftime. 67-56 Pirates the final. They'll host a holiday tournament December 28th and 29th. Also in the Northwest Suburban, Champlin Park at home to take on rival Anoka. Amanda Pollard drives the lane for the Rebels to score and put them ahead 45-32 in the second half. Champlin Park works the ball around and gets it to Gabby Maki, who drives for the uncontested layup. Champlin Park continuing to lead as they look for their 4th win of the year. Great defense by Pollard. She steps in and gets the steal and delivers a perfect pass to Erica Hicks for the layup. Rebels lead 53-46. Allison Garrett's had a good night shooting the ball, and she connects here for 2 of her 15 points as the Rebels hold the lead. Pollard distributes the ball well and again sets up Hicks for 2. Hicks leads the Rebels in scoring with 22 points. Champlin Park wins 66-53. The Rebels host Rosemont on Thursday.
Cooper's girls basketball team is playing well early this season. The Hawks had their first home game after 4 road wins when they faced Minneapolis North. Cooper works it around the perimeter before Lauren Johnson takes the three-pointer and connects for an early 12-6 lead over the Polars. Ju Gaston picks up the loose ball in the pack in the middle of the lane and turns on the speed to go the other way for the layup, and the Hawks take a 9-point lead. Their pressure defense will pay off as the Polars turn it over. TT Long sets up Johnson for the layup. Cooper leads 27-16 at halftime. Second half, and Johnson battles to get the pass out of traffic to Kiara Coops for the jumper from the top of the key. Cooper improves to 5-0 with a 66-52 win over North. In boys hockey, an experienced Maple Grove team is putting together a strong season. The Crimson hosted Minnetonka. Late first period, Maple Grove wins the battle on the wall, and Justin Kelly sets up Sam Huff for the goal. It's a 1-0 Crimson lead. Second period, Maple Grove buzzing the net on a power play. Jaden Walsh in front will poke the rebound in for a 2-0 lead. The Skippers cut it to 2-1 in the third. They come hard trying to get the equalizer in the final seconds, but the Crimson hold on for a 2-1 win. They did, however, lose to Blaine on Saturday.
Champlin Park's boys hockey team was out to break a 3-game losing streak while Osseo was shooting for its first win of the season. The Orioles traveling to Champlin to face the Rebels. Champlin Park's Adam Brenny gets a shot from the blue line that's stopped, but Derek Roberts is there to knock the rebound in. Rebels go up 1-0 just over 5 minutes into the game. Off a face-off win, Roberts takes the puck, skates into the Osseo zone, and this shot trickles through and in for a goal. Champlin Park is up on Osseo 2-0 after 1. Second period, and the Rebels' Cole Julian passes to Keegan Bauman for the quick shot and goal. It's Bauman's first goal of the season. The Rebels lead at 3-0. Just over 2 minutes later, Brady Swanstrom passes to Ian Coltis. He'll go in, shoot, and score. Champlin Park leads 4-0. Roberts would add another goal in the third period for the hat trick. Champlin Park wins 5-0. They also beat Totino Grace on Saturday, so they get back to 500 entering play this week. Yeah, Champlin Park, I think, has a chance to do pretty well in their division of the Northwest Suburban. Well, stay tuned. Coming up next on Sports Jam, in our Sports Jam Spotlight, meet a Park Center basketball standout who's traveled an interesting path to stardom. We showed you earlier in the show the Park Center boys basketball team scoring a big win over district rival Maple Grove Friday night. Pirate senior Losini Kamara was big late in that game, and he's the focus of this week's Sports Jam Spotlight. Here's Jason Melillo.
Losini Kamara is a thriving student and basketball player at Park Center High School, and considering the arduous journey of his young life, that's an incredible feat.
He's got a lot of poise, even if things, in his life aren't, perfect. He can still show poise. He can still show up, be a great student, still show up and be a great person.
Kamara was born in the West African country of Mali and came to Minnesota as a baby. Kamara eventually moved with his mother and sisters to Queens in New York City, while his father and the rest of his family stayed in Brooklyn Park. The neighborhood in Queens was rough, and Kamara struggled.
Me and my mom and my 3 sisters was there. We went through a lot. We lived in Queens for a little bit. We actually lived in a homeless shelter for a little bit. When I was in middle school in Queens, I was a little bit of a troublemaker.
But then Kamara met Donald Francois, an AAU coach who became a father figure and mentor. Francois even opened his home to Kamara when Kamara's mother moved to Arkansas.
It changed everything. Like, I didn't even take basketball as serious at first until I met him, because he showed me like what it could do for me and what it could do for my family with the free education.
Kamara found stability with Francois' guidance and attended Long Island Lutheran High School, a basketball power that has produced several Division I and professional players. But Kamara started to miss his family and friends in Minnesota. In the summer before his junior year, while visiting family in Brooklyn Park, he met James Ware, who was getting ready to start his first season as the head coach at Park Center.
I feel like I met another Francois, because the way he was talking to me was like, yo, I believe in you. Like, I feel like you could be a great guard for us.
Kamara feels his game has improved significantly since returning to Minnesota.
Another steal by Kamara. Losini Kamara to the hole, lays it in.
From New York, you know, it's like, oh, you have to score, you have to score. And it's like, oh, making the crowds like, ooh, making the crowds going crazy. But this year, that whole year, just like mentally, it turned me into a whole different player. It was like less of the showboating and more of winning. This year, I'm just focused on winning a lot of games. I want to go to states. I want to do a lot.
He usually makes the right basketball play. Now, what does that mean? He usually finds the open man when he's open. He's got great court vision. You never see him playing the games in terms of like he's trying to score or the game's about him. He just kind of takes what the defense gives you and he plays for other people.
Kamara's evolution as a basketball player and student has earned him a scholarship to play hoops at the University of Idaho. Sometimes Kamara says he reflects on the crazy journey of his life, but as excited as Kamara is to play Division I basketball, this young man is keeping it all in perspective.
Basketball means a lot, but getting a free education means more than anything to me and my family. Like, because paying for that, I don't know how I don't even know how I was gonna pay for that at all. Basketball was a tool that I basically used to get what I really wanted. I want to major in business economics, and Idaho has that for me. And it's like, I just want to be really successful, not just for me, but for everybody around me, for Francois, my mom, my future kids, everybody. Like, just so like he worked hard to get what he wanted, and I want everybody to basically lead as an example for my family.
Kamara and the Pirates are now 4-0 on the season. They'll play in a holiday tournament at the University of St. Thomas December 27th and 28th. John talks gymnastics with the Champlin Park Rebels in just a moment.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. On Wednesday of this week, a big Northwest Suburban Conference gymnastic meet as Maple Grove hosts Champlin Park. And the Rebels join us now on the show. Two of their senior captains, along with head coach Jon Wynia. And let's start with Emma Perkins. Emma, tell me about the first couple of meets and how it's gone so far for your team. Are you happy with the scores you've gotten?
Yeah, so we've definitely had a pretty solid first 2 meets this season. We, of course, as anybody probably, have had a couple falls. And it's kind of, it's fun to see kind of where we started this season and how we are right now. And I think we're coming along pretty strong.
That point total over 139 both of those meets. That's a good score for early in the season, isn't it?
Yeah, so our first meet we went into it hoping to get, I think it was a 138 was our goal, and we surpassed that, and it was just kind of an exciting feeling that we had.
This program has had some very good success the last few years. How much does that help and build to the next year that you've been able to be successful in the section?
Well, going to state, I know anyone on our team who's gone to state and wants to go again, you kind of, you get to experience it and you just want to keep going, and so it makes you want to work harder to get there next year. And, all the other teams are getting better and better in our section, so we just need to keep working hard to get above that.
Hammond, good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Liz Hammond, another one of the senior captains, and I mentioned Maple Grove meet coming up Wednesday. Do you look forward to facing good teams like that and kind of a rival school not too far from you?
Yeah, I think facing teams that get similar score to us is fun because it makes us want to work harder and throw our bigger skills and stick all of our routines, so it just pushes us to do better.
I know the section is the big thing. You want to win that section. Do you talk about winning the conference, though? Is that a big goal for the team as well?
I think winning the conference is a big deal, not only for our team, but individually. It just makes us all feel better, and we know we can win, sections too if we win our conference.
That state tournament experience that a lot of you girls have now, does that help in the off season to build toward the next year, wanting to reach that goal again?
I think it helps a lot because state is a really fun meet and everybody wants to experience. A lot of our new girls are like, well, I hope we make it so that we can experience it because we talk about it all the time. And it's definitely our biggest goal, like Emma said.
Between now and a couple months from now when that section meet is, what do you work on meet to meet, practice to practice to try to get ready and being a peak team come mid-February?
I think a lot of us are working on perfecting our skills, upgrading our skills, and just getting the little stuff, down, taking out the falls and making everything smoother.
Good luck Wednesday and the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Jon Wynia, a couple of meets, as I mentioned, with good scores. Are you happy with how this team is in mid-December?
Yeah, definitely. As Emma said, the highest start we've had to date all time was a 138.9. So we kind of thought that this team would have a chance at surpassing that, and they did. As they mentioned, there were things we left on the floor or off of the beam and such, but that's to be expected in the sport.
You lost a good leader and a good talent in Taylor Goodkeen to graduation. How do you try to fill that void? Losing a great athlete like Taylor and her drive to not only compete at her best but have everybody else at their best is a definite large void. But we've got Liz and Emma and Allison and Clara, so 4 great senior captains. And then we've got, a few juniors and sophomores in the middle, and then a bunch of freshmen, 8th graders, and 7th graders. So the relationship there and the mentoring and the rapport has been awesome. Mantra to them is always just focus on what you can control, which is doing your best. And we feel that if we do our best, we'll be competitive. Thanks for your time. Good luck the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you.
Champlin Park gymnastics team. Again, they will take on Maple Grove Wednesday, and that's a meet you can see later this week on our station. As we go to break, we'll take a look at our plays of the week. We'll be right back.
Gets it right on the stick. Yeah. Here's Beckford attacking, and he hammers it.
Holtis gets it in front, backhand to Roberts, and a goal.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
The Plymouth Ice Center is the place to be on December 31st for the annual Plymouth New Year's Eve celebration. Find out more at ccxmedia.org.
Our game of the week is that matchup of 2 of the area's top gymnastics teams as Champlin Park visits Maple Grove Wednesday. Watch it live on the web at our new website, ccxmedia.org, and watch it on our TV channels 12 and 7.99 Saturday at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. And that's it for this week's show. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas.
Next week, we'll have a rebroadcast of our 2016 Hall of Fame induction show. We'll be back with our next all-new Sports Jam on CCX Sports on January 3rd. We'll see you then.